local and state leaders, plus economic development news, business, and medical reports, and all the local news from the RGV. It's everything you need to know to start your day right. Sergio Sanchez and News Talk 710 KURV on the free Radio Para Me app. Download it now.
High up to 99. Tonight, partly cloudy, remaining warm with lows only into the low and mid-70s. Mostly sunny, breezy, and hot Tuesday. Highs will be in the mid-90s to mid-100s. Wednesday, sunny, breezy, and hot again with highs again in the mid-90s to mid-100s. Thursday, breezy and hot with clouds and breaks of sun. Highs in the mid-90s to near 110. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
The City of McAllen is thrilled to offer your business an opportunity to apply for a matching grant of up to $15,000. Take advantage of this amazing opportunity and apply today at www.refresh5050.com. Brought to you by the City of McAllen.
Tune in to the 956 Drive Home every Thursday afternoon starting at 5:07 for Dr. Rachel Gelman's Vision, a closer look at the health of your eyesight with board-certified and fellowship-trained ophthalmic surgeon Dr. Rachel Gelman on News Talk 710 KURV. Broadcasting from the Valley's commercial and fleet headquarters studio at PayneAutoGroup.com. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. From the Radio United Broadcast Center, this is the Sergio Show. Talking about the news headlines and topics that affect you. And now, the Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez.
Happy Monday, happy Monday. Big thank you to our supporters this hour, South Texas Buick GMC. Big thank you to Lone Star National Bank. Every 2 years, every person in Congress is running for re-election. So if you ask yourself, why is it that that same person was there like for 20, 30, 40 plus years? It's because it's the voters' fault. It's the voters' fault. People are so have been, and this is not something new. They've been disengaged from running and voting to the point where, okay, well, he's the incumbent, she's the incumbent. Oh, well, that's the incumbents always win. So on and so forth. That's the political culture that we enjoy so much. They're going to be like, it seems to me at this moment, like everybody and their grandma will be running for Congress on the Republican side for District 28. What is District 28 Congress? That's the western portion of the Hidalgo, of the Rio Grande Valley. It's a portions west of Hidalgo. It's Stark County and Webb County, and then you wiggle your way up all the way to the southern San Antonio region where a bunch of lefties and communists are up there. Yeah, that is District 28. District 28 is represented by Democrat Henry Cuellar. And Cuellar, folks of the Texas Democrat Party, they're not very big fans of his. And they've been trying to unseat him because Cuellar don't play ball with crazy Marxist, satanic-minded, gender-confused, all the Democrat Party of these days. The ones that are trying really hard, bending over backwards to protect illegal immigrants, trying to get them back into the country. A court order say you got to bring them back. Okay, fine. You guys are counterculture to everything that is America. So they've tried twice. They've almost plucked Henry. In fact, by a few hundred votes, I told you last hour, by a few hundred votes, Henry survived the primary. Every 2 years, Henry's been running for re-election. The last two, he barely survived on the Democrat side. So whoever represents the Democrats in the next election will have to contend with a Republican who is real deal conservative. I told you Jay Furman's running already. He's been on the ballot twice. We have our Congresswoman Mayra Flores from District 34. She's bolted, so she's gone to 28. And now we have another Republican. And there might be a couple more that I'm hearing is from state rep side, from county judge side. We're going to have a great conversation, great debate, lots of airtime conversations about who we need in the western portion of the Rio Grande Valley. Juan's there, right, Freddie? We're good to go? Yes. Juan Esparza, a patriot, Republican, wanting the nomination to run against the Democrat. And I say Democrats, we don't know if Henry's going to be running next year, if he's going to survive his challenge. That's his problem. Juan Esparza, welcome to the Sergio Show. Appreciate you joining us right now. And you can also do the online thing, right, Freddie? You're doing what platforms are you? Oh, Freddie do everything. X, YouTube, and Facebook. Juan Esparza, it's a pleasure meeting you, brother. I can't see you right now. Freddie's the one able to say it, but I appreciate you making time for us today. So who are you, my brother? Where do you live? Where are you? And why did you decide to run for the Republican nomination for Congress 28?
Good morning, Mr. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
And my name is Juan Esparza, and I'm running for Congressional District 28 as a Republican. I'm from Laredo, born and raised in Laredo. And I grew up in Laredo, went to high school, graduated from high school, went to community college, finished up there, left Laredo, went up to Austin, finished up my nursing degree, and moved back to Laredo. I'm a small business owner. I own several home health cares, medical staffing company, a construction company, and I am running for Congress to make changes. I think everybody's a little tired of the status quo. We've been in the same position for 20 years? 20 years with Henry Cuellar. I feel that there's a disconnect between the people and the current congressional person in Congress, Henry Cuellar. So go ahead.
What changes would you like to see, Juan?
Well,
and I ask this because Henry, that's the way he's known politically. He's and that's why they don't like him on this lunatic left Democrat party that we have today, because he's pro-life and he likes border security in his own way. He doesn't like the wall, right? But he just doesn't play ball with the incarnation of the Democrats that they have up there. What changes would you like to see for that District 28?
Well, as a nurse, I've always taken care of people. I've been a nurse for 38 years, and I take care of people from all walks, races, colors, genders, identities. It didn't matter how you identified, what age you were, what color you were. I took care of you with the best of my ability, and I gave every patient I had everything I had. So as a congressman, I'm going to give the people in my district, the people in Texas, and the people of the United States everything that I've got to make changes for the betterment of the people of the United States. So border security Tom Homan's really taking care of that right now. And I believe he's doing a great job, and we need to continue that. So getting a Republican in there to stay in that position, in that district, will continue to keep the border secure. We don't want to go back to where we are, because who knows what came across the border? We just don't know. It just wasn't people from South America. It was people from all over the world. And that's a little scary, because they've embedded themselves in our communities, and they're just sleepers. So I hope that one day this doesn't come back to bite us in terms of terroristic acts. That's number one, border security. Healthcare. As a nurse, I'm a big advocate of healthcare, and I believe healthcare needs to change. We need to implement health and wellness. That's a critical aspect to become healthier and feel better about ourselves. But also there's many providers, and as a healthcare provider, as a home healthcare owner, the insurance companies need a little bit of reform there. So that reform comes in terms of, I believe we are, as providers, as business owners, a little bit tired of the denial of submission to denial of payment, short pays, and things like that. So those need to be looked at very carefully, because that affects everybody getting care. So, for example, you go in for a cancer treatment, and the insurance company, you're at the mercy of the insurance companies. They'll deny you care. Who knows who's denying it? So we're going to get to the bottom of that and figure out how they're coming to their denials and make some changes on that. So President Trump announced today that he's going to be reducing pharmaceutical costs, medicines. That's another thing. The big pharma has gotten out of control. So the United States have been paying for R&D, research and development, and he has leveled the playing field with Europe, stating that they're going to pay for part of the research and development, which will lower our drug costs. But that needs to be, we need to get a baseline at this point, because how what the pharmaceutical companies will eventually do is, yes, they're going to lower the cost, but will they lower it in relation to the savings that we're expected to be? So will they lower it enough to equal the input that Europe is giving, or will they just lower it 10%, whereas their profit margins actually increase? It's a numbers game. They'll play the numbers game, just as with anything else. So those are the biggest keys that I would like to address. Healthcare, veterans. Our veterans are not being taken care of at all. They have the highest suicide rates ever. Why? There's no reason for that. There's absolutely no reason for that. And we need to implement mental health for our veterans who have served our country. So mental health was a big thing back in the 80s. And it was here in Texas. It was across the United States. What happened to it? I have no idea. We started incarcerating people instead of treating them. So the jails are a revolving door. They come in, we treat them, they get out, they don't have medications, access to medications, they get sick, they come back in, they commit a crime and come back in. We need to help them get better. So those are the key issues.
I'm glad you touched on the issue of veterans. Juan Esparza is an expert in the healthcare industry, Republican. He's running for Congress. He's running for the nomination on the Republican side in the race for Congress, 28, hoping to fight the Democrat for that seat, November of 2026. Veterans. From your point of view, how should this be approached by the VA, by the government? Should it be fully like take the budget, save the money, take the budget, give each veteran a debit card to go to the market, which is plentiful, or should it be restricted only to VA offices, VA hospitals, VA institutions in order to address this, desperate mental health issue that we have among our veterans?
I'm glad you asked that, because that is one of the key points that I've been thinking about. And to address that is there's so many physicians out there who are being shorted by insurance companies. Their revenue is decreasing, their profits are decreasing. You don't go to school for 12 years and to get shorted by someone who has no degree to deny claims. So this is what I would implement, is some form of payment to private physicians, private psychiatrists, and to be able to, for a veteran to go to the physician of their choice, the provider of their choice, and not have to wait for the VA to see them 6 months down the road. They could be dead in 6 months. And that's not what we want. We want for them to be seen just as you would make an appointment anywhere else. So the VA, the bureaucracy in the VA, and the bureaucracy up in healthcare right now is incredibly, it's absolutely insane. I'm just going to tell you as is. The amount of paperwork that we have to do to run a claim, to take care of a patient, to admit a patient is, I think for a Medicare, it's 38 pages long just to admit a patient. So I think that just needs to be reduced. That time and the effort that needs to be implemented in the VA, in the DHS, in the Texas Health and Human Services, that needs to be reduced, and we need to figure out why it's taking so long to get people seen. There's a system in Texas where we go apply for our licenses as a home health care, or we have to make changes, and it takes forever just to implement a simple change, forever. So I know, because I spent a month trying to do that, and that needs to be changed. All of this needs to be streamlined. This is not a good system that we have. We need to implement some form of changes to streamline this system.
Is this your first foray into politics, Juan?
It is. I'm not a politician. I don't plan to be one either. I'm not a politician. I take care of people, and I want to continue taking care of people. When COVID came in and I decided I couldn't stand, wasn't able to stand at a bedside for 12 hours or 14 hours and titrate drips and take care of a person with a chest tube, my wife asked me, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, well, I think I'm going to build homes. So I just started building homes, custom homes. And that's all great and everything. I build them, I sell them, and I get paid, but it doesn't fulfill something inside of me. It doesn't help. I'm not helping people. And that's the key issue, is I want to continue helping people. I would like to leave a legacy of helping people when I'm gone. That's what I know how to do. I've done it for 40 years. I came from Laredo. I worked at Doctor's Hospital as an orderly, and I became an LVN, then I became an RN, then I became a business owner. I've been a business owner for 22 years. So those are the things that I know how to do. I know how to work, and I know how to take care of people. So I see up in Washington, and not everybody, but we all watch the videos going on, and all the people, and all they do is talk and talk and talk, and they're on Twitter, on X, and just talking and making all kinds of noise. I'm not that kind of person. I will get up there and I will work, because that's what I'm hired to do, to work. So if you expect me to be, on Twitter and showing everything, I'm not doing that. If you want to contact me directly, I have a chat button already on my website. You can go chat with me anytime. I would love to chat with anyone and everyone to understand what is going on, why, what problems we're facing, how I think we can fix them, and maybe collaborate with Democrats as well as Republicans to fix things, to come together and make things better for everyone.
What is the website, Juan, for you?
It's esparzaforcongress.com. www.esparzaforcongress.com.
Zena?
Yeah.
And why are you a Republican? What does that mean?
Well, I believe in family. And on my website, it says, our God, your family, our country. I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer in God. I'm a firm believer in your family. Every person wants to keep their family safe. Every man, every woman wants to create what I call an iron umbrella over their family. I call it an iron umbrella. And your family is underneath that umbrella, and you're there to protect them. And when people can freely come across the border, and we don't know who those people were, and they're embedded in our society now. And we've seen the past 4 years, they've injured Americans, they've hurt them, they've done a lot of bad things. Those people do not belong here in the United States. Americans belong in the United States. So I'm a firm believer in hard work. I'm a firm believer in having fun with your family and friends and taking care of business. That's what I believe in. You won't see, Mr. Sanchez, you won't see me run a divisive or attack campaign. I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to attack any opponent. I'm going to tell you, this is what I can do, and this is what I plan to do. And if you have suggestions, I'm all ears, open for suggestions and anything that anybody wants to talk to me about.
Juan, it's a pleasure. And I say that to all folks who run for office, because we need a lot more, many, many more conservatives and America first, America loving patriots to get into the fight. And he hasn't run for office until now. He's running for Congress. His name is Juan Esparza, healthcare industry pro. And you know how they had that crazy race for mayor in San Antonio a few days back where they had like 28 people or something like that? Yeah. I would love to see more of that for all positions, county positions, Congress, everything else. And thank you for running, Juan. And we look forward to having many more conversations with you, Lord willing, between here and next March would be the primary election for Congress 28. Thank you, Juan.
Thank you. Visit my website, please, and don't forget to donate.
Hey, one more time. What's the website?
esparzaforcongress.com.
Easy enough. Be well, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good day, everybody.
This is the Sergio Show on Newstalk 710 KURV. This hour of the program is a service of South Texas Buick GMC. Big thank you as well to Lone Star National Bank.
Later on after the Sergio Show, stay tuned